Hello everyone, welcome back to Not the Power Rangers, the only show on the internet where kidnapping kids isn't a good thing because it seems like everyone else forgot that memo. Seriously, like, this happens way too often in these shows. It's like the only two options for the main characters is for them to either be kidnapped or have daddy issues. And both don't sound that good. Today we're talking about tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills, which, if you can't tell by now, is a show that follows the standard 90s naming convention of jamming as many adjectives as possible into the title and acting like that makes sense. I'll make my own right now, and you guys tell me if you'd watch it. Extreme adolescent black belt hamsters. No fucking way. So this show is made by Dick Entertainment, but seriously, it's pronounced Deke. Someone got really mad about that in the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad episode, and I'm sorry. But yeah, same dudes who made that show. So my hopes are high. The show's all American and has no Japanese counterpart, which means there's probably a whole bunch of creativity packed into this, so I'm very excited. So this is the intro. And this has to be the most uninspired one yet. I understand that most of these intros consist of like the singer just repeating the name of the show over and over again. And maybe it's because I have absolutely zero nostalgia for this show, but the person singing this could not sound any less interested. The show opens on Homeboy's spaceship here.
Ah, the map showing the focal point of the power portals.
What kind of fucking map is that? It looks like a piece of glass you'd pick up off the ground after breaking your taillight. There is absolutely zero information on that map whatsoever.
What's this? You failed to kill Nimbus. Save 40 years banishment to a living death in the stricken toil mines.
That's all it took? I'm sorry, but the heroes are fucked. I have absolutely zero confidence in these goobers. What can I say? So they plan to attack Earth, like every other alien? Literally, why don't they try messing with like Neptune or something? Jupiter, Saturn, they're like bigger. Means they gotta have like something interesting there, right? The hell does Earth have? Friendship? That's probably it.
Let's see. Yes, Ninja Bot, the samurai robot.
Ninja Bot, the samurai robot. Okay. So he sends a giant robot to the least intrusive place on the planet. Like, what is he gonna ruin here? Arizona's power lines? Speaking of which, we all see that sword, right? How do you think he's gonna fuck up that power line? Now, what about these rocks? That's actually amazing. It's like they planned for the rock to fall over, but it just didn't. So the suit actor just had to like tap the dull part of the blade to make it fall over. If you add enough glowy shit to the sword, it'll look cool. After that, it cuts to the only likable character in the show. And unfortunately, his name is Swinton. So you already know what that means.
Your physics teacher called. He said you refused to do an assignment.
That's an incorrect accusation. I accepted the assignment. I refused to collaborate with other students.
Who talks like that? Swinton. Swinton talks like that. Swinton is so smart that he actually skipped a grade, so he's the youngest in his class.
Skipping a grade makes you the youngest in class.
And his dad is a businessman who owns like a newspaper or something. And apparently one of his reporters captured an image of the robot, so he decided to show it to Swinton.
Solves my problem. I won't have to work with anybody. Looks like the end of the world.
That's the way any of us would react. I couldn't see any other logical response to finding out that we're all gonna fucking die. We end up cutting to Swinton's lab partners. And remember when I said that Swinton was the only likable character in the show?
This is the first meeting of the midterm science project. In attendance, we have Lori Foster, Drew Vincent, myself, Gordon Henley.
Yeah. I hate all of them. They won't even help out our boy Swinton through the door.
That's okay, I got it.
When we present it to the class, I'd better do it. See, of the four of us, I have the best communication skills.
I would get mad and say that that's just uncalled for, and no one in the real world would be that rude. But, no, that's pretty accurate. That's how every communications major talks.
No insult intended, but you are sort of a naked geek.
That's how you sound when you talk. You piss me off. I'm way too aggressive. I'm way too... No offense to the actor. I know it's not his fault. But oh my god. I hate that character. He's just so unlikable. It's not even funny. Like, how was he supposed to be one of the good guys? So Swinton's invention that he made for the project ends up summoning a portal, which freaks everyone out except Drew.
This is real. I think we better deal with it.
Drew's probably into butt stuff.
I better get extra credit for this.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you. Turns out they summoned a power portal to Nimbus's secret hideout. He ends up telling them about Emperor Garganus and their whole relationship and stuff.
That's terrible.
How awful.
Let me guess. That's bad.
You sound like if Spoonie tried hosting the Nostalgia Critic. So it turns out he summoned them to be alien fighters. Their words, not mine.
We're teenage alien fighters.
Approach.
What the fuck is that? That is disgusting.
This is definitely hinky.
She's definitely into butt stuff.
Yeah, with that tattooed teenage alien fighters.
She said the thing that they are. She said what they are.
We're not even friends. What use could we be?
What happened to Homegirl's mic here? Y'all heard that, right?
You will become Taurus, the bull. Strong and dependable, a follower of rules.
That's me.
You've always been independent. You will become Centaur, the breaker of rules.
That's her.
She's totally into butt stuff. So they end up transforming and fighting the monster. And let me just be blunt with you, these suits are lame. I know that people outside of the little toku bubble on the internet find the costumes in the shows to be incredibly cheap and just like corny looking, and that goes for like Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, literally everything. People think the suits look horrible, and that's just a fact. That's just something as a fan of these shows that I have accepted over the years. But as someone who finds these suits to be some of the most beautiful things in the world, I have to admit that this is just sad. They look god awful.
Sentinels, ready!
And of course, Gordon's the fucking leader too. I will admit though that they do a really good job of like making you feel the weight in these action scenes. Like, it sounds strange, but those little camera shakes there go a long way to making these characters feel so big and massive. This next part is my favorite. It's like POV, you're a monster and everyone's trying to fucking kill you. Homeboy ends up increasing Ninjabot's power, and the alien fighters form Nitron, which is just like a really big knight or something. They go back to the base, say bye to Ninbar, and they go to the Friends Cafe. And at the Friends Cafe, the team ends up discussing how they all fucking hate each other.
Are we gonna talk to each other in school?
I don't think so.
And how they can never be seen in person together.
What will my friends think? I mean, me? Hanging around with you three?
And after that discussion, they end up getting called by Nimbar again.
After all, we are the tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills.
How did they all know to say that then? How did they all know that? How is that the next logical step of what is being said there? This should be no surprise to anyone watching this, but I don't like this show. Everything looks super cheap, and you could just tell that this is all just meant to look like something else, and that could be excused if the characters were likable. Like I said earlier, Swinton is the only one with any sort of charisma, and even then, it's not enough to carry the rest of the cast. I will admit that they do give some genuinely good explanations as to why certain things are the way they are. Like why these particular people are chosen, why they can't always use Nitron, how the powers work, and why they seem to instantly know everything, like the minute they transform. All of that is explained, and it makes pretty decent sense, at least like in my brain. Other shows don't really go into all that, especially not in the first episode. So it's nice to have all of that introduced from the jump and to also have like a fight scene in there. It's dope. And with that said, I want to like this show. It's just that everything else brings it down for me. Anyways, join me on March 20th where we'll be discussing Captain Power. Shout out to Ninja Mafia Entertainment for requesting this one. I've never heard of the show before, but based on what I've seen from it, it looks like an 80s American Toku, which is before Power Rangers. So this should be really interesting. I'm actually excited to watch this one because I know absolutely nothing about it. So with that, I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.